Good evening, godless sodomites. Happy Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for? We're thankful Melania finally gets to hop on all the dick she wants. Seriously, she put in more work than Eva Braun. And at least we gave Eva a way out. You think Melania's sleeping with Donald? No way. Would you rather be sleeping with a man who wears a girdle or allegedly the hunk that was the head of security at Christie's at Trump Tower? Just saying, it wouldn't be the first time a rich captive woman had sex with a help. This is Doing Tonight, the fourth week in November. These are the things we're thankful for. Welcome to hell.
They're bringing drugs.
But yes, Donald is gonna have to move past Melania. Let's just say her vagina is going on a deep and penetrating hunt to find Barack Obama's birth certificate using this guy's penis.
What is this with the birth certificate obsession? Did he ask to see yours when you met him?
I needed to put mine anyway, because if you want to become an American citizen, you need to put the birth certificate.
Right.
I have a birth certificate from Slovenia. And do you want to see President Obama birth certificate
I've
or
seen
not?
it.
She's a shitty person too. She really deserves it. But it's not just Melania that's thankful. That's right, I got a PS5, bitches. Let's just say I got connections. And by connections, I mean my mom stood outside of Best Buy for 3 hours in the cold. Solid one, Mom. You're the best. Thanks for the pizza rolls and the candle that smells like your vagina. But I had a few of the boys over for the giving. You know, Mussolini, Hitler, Chavez, Pol Pot, Hussein, the good guys. We decided to do something really special and sweet. We put together a list of all the things we're thankful for. Because yes, even brutal dictators and thugs have a heart too. Which is why we're thankful for new love. It's not just Melania. One of our homies, Baghdad Bob, is finally settling down. You remember Baghdad Bob? Saddam's Iraqi information minister who denied the obvious reality of U.S. invasion till hilarious ends.
Few farmers, few peasants, brave peasants, had shot down 2 Apache helicopters. We shown one of them on the Iraqi television only half an hour back. And maybe if we will find it convenient, maybe we will show the pilots. Maybe, or maybe not. We crushed the forces in Saddam International Airport, and we cleaned the whole place of the airport. Can be Medina Baghdad.
There is no any trace, no any existence to the American troops or British troops in Baghdad at all.
Abadan.
At all.
I mean, this guy invented hysterical, obvious lying. I mean, the tanks are literally behind you on Saddam Hussein Avenue, about to take a left onto Saddam Hussein Boulevard right before they had to U-turn because it wasn't Saddam Hussein Boulevard, it was a cul-de-sac. I mean, how are you supposed to navigate an M1 Abrams tank through this? It turns out this was the second hardest part of the invasion, except for the years of sectarian warfare that were to come. Am I right? I've never seen such hilarious examples of outright lying. Baghdad Bob, you son of a bitch, I'm happy for you. You're finally gonna settle down. I want to congratulate you and your new wife, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany. They say if you want to be taken seriously, never go full Baghdad Bob, but Kayleigh went full Baghdad Bob. Where do you think Trump and Kayleigh learned this shit from?
This president will always put America first. He will always protect American citizens. We will not see diseases like the coronavirus come here.
The 15 within a couple of days is going to be down to close to 0.
This president has this under control. Right now, we're proceeding as normal. Joe Biden's looking for an excuse to get off the campaign trail.
50 or 60,000 people. 65,000 people. 75, 80 or 90,000 people.
They had minimum numbers of 100,000. And I think we're going to beat that.
We have between 100 and 200,000. We all together have done a very good job.
Trump and Kayleigh are Baghdad bobbing. They came down here for a Tony Robbins seminar, and Bob was one of the keynote speakers. I mean, that's how all these guys met. And listen, nobody is happier for these guys than Saddam. He's even officiating the wedding. I mean, look how happy all these guys look. So we're thankful for love, people, and if there's one person to really be thankful for, it's a girl that broke Mark Zuckerberg's heart. Seriously. I mean, without her, I wouldn't have been able to infect the minds of so many people in such a short amount of time, using the most powerful disinformation system ever conceived. Yeah, the same old people who told us don't use the internet for book reports growing up, now use the internet to make their entire world view. It's insane. I mean, Facebook looks at you guys like cattle who instead of producing tons of shit, produces tons of data, and that data is shit. Think about it. Dogs smell shit to find out who's in their neighborhood and what other motherfuckers have been up to. It's the exact same way old people use Facebook. It's true. And both of them still poke, too.
Yeah, this time we can't blame it on the millennials. A new study from researchers at Princeton and New York University says that the biggest predictor of if a person will share a fake news article on Facebook isn't their political party, but actually their age. The study found people ages 65 and up are 7 times more likely to share those kinds of posts than the younger set, ages 18 to 29. Researchers suggest it might be because older adults don't have the level of digital literacy needed to determine the trustworthiness of some posts and how truthful they may or may not be.
We're thankful old people joined Facebook to talk to high school friends and ended up joining boomer disinformation death cults. Hilarious. We're thankful the White House has signed off on Biden getting his own presidential daily briefing. Otherwise, one of us would have to get the White House copy, and it's on top of the toilet, stuck between Trump's copy of highlights and Stephen Miller's copy of white supremacy for people who wear whitey tighties. We're thankful Rudy Giuliani is finally going to retire after his latest set of legal challenges. He deserves it, yeah! Rudy recently bought a condo in the 4th ring of hell, also known as Miami. We're thankful for Shark Tank. No, not that one. ABC and Disney made their own version down here. It's starring me and the boys. Yeah, we have our own version. Without Shark Tank, we wouldn't have the hottest selling product in hell, Rudy's Honest Hair Dye, which finally outsold #1 product in Shark Tank history, Lindsey Graham's Heterosexuals Only brand of butt plugs, which held the top charts for a record 273 weeks. I mean, that's one of mine. Lori and Mark wanted it, but I know a winner when I see it. Seriously, guys, subscribe to the show. It's right there in the corner. We're thankful for pardons, the policy that lets American presidents act like emperors to the point they can probably even self-pardon themselves, which Trump reportedly plans on doing. Little does he know, in order to self-pardon, you have to pull what the founding fathers called the Marilyn Manson. That's right, you have to get a rib surgically removed and blow yourself. I mean, it's in the Constitution. We're thankful for the Chinese Communist Party, the biggest threat to world freedom ahead of Putin and the Republicans. Yeah, in the threat to world peace and democracy rankings, it goes the Chinese Communist Party and its dictator for life and all-around bitch Xi Jinping with the gold, my guy Putin with the silver, and the heartthrobs of the Republican Party with the bronze. And we're thankful for the companies who normalize the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, by doing business with them. A government that is literally running World War II-style concentration camps. It's insane. Check this out.
Shackled and blindfolded. This video appears to show hundreds of Uyghur men, their heads freshly shaved, during a mass transfer at a train station. The footage posted on YouTube has now been verified as authentic.
In Western China in recent years, since the crackdown began in 2017, you've seen the legal system and legal punishments be used very much as an enforcement arm of this cultural crackdown, where hundreds of thousands have been arrested each year on trumped-up charges with very little right to a fair trial.
The United Nations has said there are credible reports that at least 1 million Uyghurs are detained in Xinjiang's re-education camps.
That isn't a sequel to Schindler's List, but if it was, Hollywood would film it in China. Yeah, and probably pay them to do so and thank the officials in the credits in the very province they're running concentration camps, like Disney did with Mulan, which is why we're thankful for Disney. They don't care where their money comes from. Disney loves a dollar so much, their next movie stars Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. Yeah, an aging single white guy and a short little chubby Asian friend go on a magical adventure in the shittiest sequel to Up ever. But hey, that's what Disney Plus is for. Disney has wasted hours of my life looking for something worthwhile to watch on Disney Plus that isn't Mandalorian. They've stolen more of my life than that kid who got eaten by an alligator at Disney World. Yeah, Yeah, a kid got eaten in the park in a lake Disney knew had alligators, and it still wasn't the worst thing Disney has done in the last 5 years. I'm just saying, fire Kennedy and hire Filoni. But that's why there's higher taxes in California, because dinosaurs don't eat your children when you leave them unattended. I mean, consider it a lack of apex prehistoric predator tax. Alligators have been evolved in millions of years because they're perfect killing machines, just like Betsy DeVos. Which brings me to Betsy. We're thankful for Betsy DeVos, a billionaire education secretary who had no previous experience in the sector, try to increase the burden generations of young people feel with permanent debt, and I shit you not, try to cut the Special Olympics. Yeah, Betsy DeVos is so evil, she wears a coat made out of Cruella de Vil's. And that's why we're thankful for people who go out of their way to normalize criminals and shitty people. Like the New York Times, who recently referred to Jared and Ivanka as refugees because they don't know which property bought with laundered money to move to. Yeah, those guys are refugees. I mean, just go to Florida like everybody else. I mean, Trump is moving to Florida, Rudy is moving to Florida. I mean, they'd fit in nicely, but they better hope Florida doesn't have a non-extradition treaty. Holy shit. I just realized Florida is to Trump officials what Argentina was to Germans after World War II. Holy shit, maybe that's where Hitler is. Find out on History Channel's new series, Finding Hitler, on the beach next to Mar-a-Lago in Florida. No, seriously, I asked him. He owns a property there. We're thankful that Donald Trump is such a shitty human being, he puts everybody in unnecessary danger, including the Secret Service, who will have to move down with him to Trump's residence in Florida, Mar-a-Lago, after 130 of them have already gotten corona or had to quarantine because of Trump. After that, Mar-a-Lago has already been called a coronavirus petri dish because of repeated outbreaks, and moving down to Florida with Trump is the most dangerous job since waiter for Nicole Brown Simpson. You might not think so, but look, I love music, and that's why I'm thankful for vaccines. We finally get to see Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse shoot up together. We're thankful for Mariah Carey's All I Want Is Christmas, because that shit's gonna start playing now to the point it will haunt you in your dreams and nightmares. And I'm thankful for licensing fees so we don't have to hear it. We're thankful for white people who dance like they come from some weird footloose town that just legalized dancing yet still has segregation. We're thankful for the GOP and the right-wing media for the way they've completely ruined the country and democracy. The amount of influence these guys have is insane. Listen, when I travel to Earth, I put on the disguise of stand-up comic. It's the least controversial disguise after police officer, and so many of us are disguised as cops already, so why not be original? But I'd be on stage, make a Kim Jong-un joke, and this is true. Trump people would start cheering and defending Kim Jong-un, another dude who runs World War II concentration camps. I mean, I get why hell loves Kim Jong-un, but evangelicals, that's fucking hilarious. We're so thankful that the right-wing media is powerful and influential because they cause Republicans to rate thugs like Kim Jong and Vladimir Putin higher than Barack Obama. That's actually true. According to The Economist, Vladimir Putin has a 26-point higher favorable rating than Obama amongst Republicans in the United States. I mean, listen to how Republican politicians and Fox News talk about Vladimir Putin in comparison to a democratically elected leader who doesn't kill journalists or kidnap his fellow citizens in the dead of the night or, threaten the democratic sovereignty of Europe.
He decides what he wants to do, and he does it in half a day. He makes a decision, and he executes it quickly. Then everybody reacts. That's what you call a leader.
People are looking at Putin as one who wrestles bears and drills for oil. They look at our president as one who wears mom jeans.
I think I would get along very well with him.
I respect Putin. He's a strong leader.
If he says great things about me, I'm going to say great things about him. I've already said he is really very much of a leader.
Now listen how members of Putin's party and his own version of state media like Fox News talk about America. And this is the big, bad, tough guy that Republicans love because they're big, bad, tough guys.
США теперь Дональд Трамп. Приняв присягу, он начал свою уже президентскую.
And people of the world, thank you.
Необычной стала концовка первой фразы. Народам мира спасибо. президент России Владимир Путин, который наверняка смотрел эту речь, небось вслух ответил ему «пожалуйста», или даже по-английски «my pleasure». What will he do? Go to war against us? No way to win for him.
Well, he said that he
Let me repeat. Russia is the only country in the world with the capability to turn America into the radioactive ash.
Well, tonight, Russian state TV has identified McClellan as a target if there is ever a nuclear strike. An anti-American news program showed this map right here reporting hypersonic missiles Russia is developing could be fired from submarines hitting McClellan, Fort Ritchie in Maryland, and Jim Creek in Washington within 5 minutes.
We're thankful for the Republican senators who sold out this country to appease every foreign dictator and thug Donald Trump did business with. Republicans will bend over for anybody that it doesn't require the least amount of courage to stand up to. Seriously, Republicans are the biggest cuckolds in the world. I mean, who would support a foreign dictator who talks about their country like that? Probably somebody who'd support somebody talking about their wife like that. Which is why we're thankful for Ted Cruz, who after Donald called his wife ugly, didn't stand up for her at all and just took it. Here's what Donald said.
Trump posting on Twitter, "Be careful, lying Ted, or I will spill the beans on your wife." The fight not going away. It's really getting ugly. Overnight, Trump retweeting this image. The text reads, "No need to spill the beans. The images are worth 1,000 words."
And here's how the tough guy senator from Texas responded.
You think he'll smack you down at home?
Oh,
is that
yeah,
what it is?
I'm
like he's shutting you up in the primary?
Cuomo's. You guys
not
are
the
really
Cuomo's.
tough.
I'm talking about the president. My brother's not the president. I'm talking about the president, the one who called you a liar, the one who said your wife was ugly. That guy, you know, the guy now who you won't say anything about.
He's scared to stand up for his wife or Daddy Trump might get mad. Again, they got a category of porn for that, Senator. I'm surprised you didn't share that on your Twitter feed, Ted. I thought Texas was tough. You guys keep voting for a guy who would let the president fuck his wife and call her ugly. Come on, you tough guys in Texas. I mean, why would you keep voting for this guy unless you too would let another man fuck your wife? That's why we're gonna change the state slogan in Texas if you keep voting for this guy. Don't mess with Texas unless you want to fuck my wife. Seriously, guys, subscribe to the show. It's right there in the corner. That license plate is so popular now, Jerry Falwell is moving to Texas. We're thankful for Marco Rubio, who is setting himself up to be one of the few Republican senators with a shredded dignity, but has proved himself to be as much of a sycophant as Ted. I like to sit in the corner and watch Cruz.
On Tuesday, just before he quoted Proverbs and urged folks not to rejoice when your enemies fall, he went after President-elect Joe Biden's first nominees. He said, quote, Biden's cabinet picks went to Ivy League schools, have strong resumes, attend all the right conferences, and will be polite and orderly caretakers of America's decline.
Yeah, Biden didn't pick a single family member like Trump because everybody knows that's how you pick a cabinet, which is why we're thankful for family. Make sure you get close this season, closer than you've ever been before. Hug them, kiss them, love them. Hell, you could even say you date them if they weren't your daughter.
I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it. Oh, it's so weird. Stop it. You know what? You are.
You know, like normal people. Just make sure you spread as many germs as possible. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe at the bottom and make sure you share a joint with your relatives this weekend. This has been Doom Tonight. Enjoy the holidays.